Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Pickett leads his Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 27. First and 10, here's Pickett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's the first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And the slot man goes in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year, 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
84 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Down to about the 22 here. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Hurts.
And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down. But they're set up well now. 1st and goal at the 1.
They'll run with Sanders. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Miles Sanders. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Eagles have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
.13 yards remaining on second down.
Miller in motion right. To throw again on second down.
Pickett going up top for Miller.
And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
On fourth down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taken in at the 11. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Hurts sets up to throw it.
And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be out of bounds out near the 45 at the 44.
Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And Sanders there with a first down carry that might have gotten a yard, if that. Second down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here's Hurts to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, you know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Check match, check match.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here we go.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4.
Throwing is Hurts. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10.
Pickett's throw here taken in by Isabella.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. In motion comes the tight end left. To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Pickett.
Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. The slot man in motion right.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
35 yards that time on the punt.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience,
look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. 30, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders on his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Kaiser White. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick-6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
Second and 10. It's Pickett again. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Steelers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Pickett. And that is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Going for it on 4th down. Here's Pickett. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They'll throw again with Pickett to Boyle here over the middle. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. Penny hit, and the ball is jarred free. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And that has to be so frustrating because you know that they had something set up there for this first drive of the second half. It wasn't the fumble.
Sometimes no matter what you go over at halftime, no matter what you say, errors will result. And that's exactly what happened here. They were trying to change things from what happened in the first half. Instead, they continue to make mistakes.
Second half will start with a run by Sanders. And he's going to have another first down here as he's able to dive beyond the marker. 183 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run forward with Sanders. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And down to a knee. That's one way to call a play. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And now they'll take a knee here. And my partner now is speechless, and so am I. And now and they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards. And down to a knee. Well, that's one option. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner, but at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. There he goes, left side. The 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Still down very big on the scoreboard, but a little feather in their cap here.
And it's a big-time play, and if you don't get energized after a kick return, well, then your team just doesn't have any spark. We'll find out if this is the start of a big comeback or just cosmetics as we go along.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, smash Bronco!
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. A give running left. It's Sanders. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 211 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Okay, ready?
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Now, after the loss, he'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17.
Right there, right there.
Another run with Sanders. Shreds him with a stiff arm. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4.
Go, Reed, go.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
4-yard gain brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Pickett.
That ball complete to Isabella. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Miller, the man in motion. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Pickett. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Pickett to throw on first down.
This one complete to Scott Miller. He's got room at the 30. Down to the 10. Touchdown! Scotty Miller, his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the end around, here comes Smith. And some room to run now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Check, contact, check, contact. Hey, check that, street.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Come on.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd down and 12.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. Smith catches left side. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here.
Hold ready.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Two running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. And they take a knee.
Okay, break.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Eagles, they make NFL history with this, their 17th win without a loss. A perfect 7.